just want to show for documentation purposes that I've got the JAKKS Golden Tee running here. I've got it taken apart. I've got the board connected to 1-inch arcade buttons, standard arcade buttons, and a standard HAPP trackball interface. I'm still waiting on the trackball to come in, but it should just hook to that and be ready to use. I'm using Scotch locks here whenever possible as an alternative to soldering, and then I'm soldering when I need to. So you can see the game is working. I can hit these buttons and the golfer will turn. And at the start goes the menu. All that's working. Should be no issue with the trackball. It's connected as it should be, based on the wiring diagram that I got from another user on the forums, and his works, so it shouldn't be an issue. Basically, as you can see, we're going into the back of that board. There's our left and right where we're soldered in there. We have connections here with Scotch locks. This is the start and the backspin buttons. We can hit this button, so you'll see we'll get backspin, roll. We do have roll on this because the JAKKS Golden Tee is a version of Golden Tee 2007. It's the only PCB based version of 2007. It's newer than Golden Tee Complete, which is a 4 series. But it only has 3 courses, but it is a version of Golden Tee 2007. So when we get everything working, we'll put it in the enclosure and that'll be it. And I'll show you, we'll just zoom in real quick. You can see where we've connected the 2 connections necessary for left and right and up and down on the trackball to give us the positive and negative change in resistance that we need to read direction changes on the trackball. Just to show real quick and to document, I've got the components cut out and painted for the JAKKS Golden Tee. So just to show you kind of a side view. So when we get all the parts for the PCB, we'll put it in here and we'll put it all together and show you what that looks like. So just to document this for the complete video, this is the control panel for the JAKKS Golden Tee rebuild. So we've got it painted blue, which was one of the colors in the original unit, and trimmed out in white. We'll have graphics put on it here in a few days. It'll have 3 yellow buttons and a red button, and it'll have a 3-inch HAPP trackball. I'm gonna do this shaky cam style, but I'm done with the JAKKS Golden Tee. I've just got it on my test retro gaming setup. This could be put to a much larger monitor, big screen TV, whatever you wanted to. This is just a little like 17-inch 4x3 monitor. But we've got all the parts from this original JAKKS device, JAKKS Pacific, into this unit. I had showed before. I still got tools and stuff, you know what it looks like from the side. We can start us a game. Trackball works. 3-inch HAPP trackball. Back and forth, whatever we want. We'll go to Cumberland. We're just gonna play like, go through one hole. Just to show you. Yep, go left. Go right. Look left. Backspin, roll. Change club. I'm not gonna do perfect on this. I'm just showing this for visual purposes. There we go. We're off to the side, but you can see
All
it works. So I'll post some other pictures along with this video uh, after this that show wiring diagrams in case you want to do this yourself. Okay, so here is the diagram that I was talking about. So you'll see here is the main board at the top of the JAKKS Golden Tee that you'll get from inside the unit. You'll see on the main board the left turn is circled there in the yellow, the right turn is circled in the green. You will solder your buttons to those points. Then you've got solder points there, but you can actually use the wires that are already existing there. You see that little red wire coming off of where you've got earth ground, um, back, and select start. In this region right here, that earth ground coming in. This is your main ground for all of your buttons. You'll wire that, in series from button to button to button. And then you can connect into these two wires. You can solder directly into these wires or use Scotch locks or whatever you want. You can solder directly to the points on the board. I would avoid doing that if you don't have to. There's no reason to because you've already got the wires here. But that's pretty straightforward. As far as the trackball, these are your trackball controls. So you're going to use a standard HAPP style trackball. It's a 6-wire connection. The red and the black on the trackball, you're going to connect to your main, power, and ground coming in from the battery compartment into the board. Don't use the power and ground from the board itself because you won't get enough voltage and you'll ground out your actual arcade buttons. You won't blow the board, but you'll ground it out and it won't work. So trackball, red and black wires splice in with the main power coming from the battery compartment to the board. Then that leaves 4 wires remaining coming from the trackball, your purple and blue, and your green and yellow. And I've indicated there, you'll see on each side where you have your solder points, you have your left and right and a ground, and your up and down and a ground. All I can say is, be very, very careful. Don't get either one of those sides connected to the ground because you'll ground out that connection. And just to let you know, what I did was once I had everything working, I knew everything, was working. Some of these solder points are small. You may not get the best connection. I went ahead and staked all my solder points with a hot glue gun, and so I've had no issues, since then. So I think if you can get a decent connection, stake those solder points with hot glue. It's never going to come loose, and it's going to work forever. As long as the board holds, you shouldn't have an issue. Okay, I want to follow up just with one more thing. The JAKKS Golden Tee unit is battery powered. It runs off of 4 AA batteries. Now you can wire directly to a power supply, try to wire to some sort of USB control, to a USB wire, take a chance on blowing the board, or what's much, much simpler is just to get a power adapter that is made to replace 4 AA batteries like this one. It's $18. It's well worth it. This is what I used in my build. They work great. You put them in like normal batteries, and you've got your 6 volts, and which is a little bit more than what you'll get out of USB. So this is the way to go. You don't have to worry about
splicing into anything, worrying about wiring it up backwards and blowing the board or anything like that. You just plug this in, put the batteries in, hook it up, and it just works. So I would suggest this route. It's just a whole lot simpler and much less chance of messing anything up.